Hey, little buddy. Hey, friends, family, those of you that were watching our garden progress, we're kind of showing you what it looks like. It was June 13th, I think, when we started or last kind of shared with you an update on what everything looks like in our garden. And here's one of our tomato plants. It's looking really good. This is like a smoky plum tomato, I think they call them. But quite a bit of tomatoes on this one. It looks good. And flowers are all popping and doing really good. Like seeing bees out here. We don't spray any insecticides on our stuff. Here's another tomato plant with one tomato and 2 tomatoes on it. And the reason we're doing an update now is I wanted to show you guys what this Electroculture is doing. We were kind of wondering if it would work or not. And hey, little guy, little grasshopper out here. And so I think it's actually working, you guys. There's a butterfly. Look at that cute little dude over there. Hey, little guy. So on this plant, we've gotten quite a few tomatoes. This is a different style of plant, so it's not growing real big, but we've got some nice tomatoes off of it. There's something else flying around. So that, we just used the round type. It wasn't like a corkscrew coil, but supposedly that works too. So I don't know, I'm not super impressed with that, but we are getting fruit off our tomato plant, so that's kind of cool. Now the one I want to show you, this one we actually put the tall coil in, and look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, there's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 8 nice tomatoes on here. We've been picking some of these off. So could it be coincidence? I don't know. I'm not so sure that these coils aren't helping. I kind of think they might be. As crazy as it sounds, we don't know what kind of plant this is, but it's got pretty flowers on it. It's popping up, so it's kind of a bonus. This tomato plant is nice, big, and healthy. It has no Electroculture or coil, but it's only got 1 tomato on it. So just a quick, hey, little guy, a quick glance. I think the plants that have coils are getting more tomatoes, producing more, and they're healthier. Look, and this one does not have an electrocoil, and it's doing okay. We got a couple little tomatoes on it. It looks fairly healthy, but just not as much. So, you know, these tomato plants look like they're doing good, but this one that has the coil in it seems like it's cranking out a lot more fruit, and the plant looks a lot healthier. So that's just here on the east side of our house, kind of, you know, where we put our tomatoes at strategically for east side sun. And I think it's kind of helping. So we're trying some electrical coils and some new things now. We've got one down here in our peppers. We just put that in. So we'll see if it helps. But what I wanted to show you, if we were to do a side-by-side comparison on these coils, here's 2 very similar plants. One's had a coil in it. Look at the flowers and how well that flower is doing compared to this one. Almost the exact same size, shape pot. They've been treated the same with water, and look how well that one's doing. So guys, I kind of think this is working. It's pretty crazy. Let me move out here towards the garden. We'll show you kind of what it's looking like. I'll show off some of our little flowers. Pretty. Let's see. This is a newer tomato plant. We've just transplanted it. I don't know if it was in the last video or not, but it seems to be doing okay. It's got a coil in it, and it's producing some tomatoes. Got lots of blooms. So again, I'm not sure if this one was in the first video, but let's go out to the garden and see what it looks like out here. Okay, stepping into the garden, we have a coil right here. This is on sweet potatoes. Now look at the 2 plants over here next to this coil. These are sweet potatoes. There's just 1 coil right here, right there. Kind of hard to see. And it looks like this plant down here is doing really well versus on the other end, it's doing okay. But just in comparison, it seems like this stuff down here is doing a lot better where the coil's at. So I'm kind of thinking this stuff works, y'all. Here's some, I think, cucumber, squash, I forget. But let's look at our peppers. Going back to our coils, here's a big coil here on this side of the pepper tray. Now, these plants are doing good, but look at all the peppers on this plant. There's several in here. Like, look at these. This thing's loaded. There's another one right next to it. Real nice peppers growing off of it. The tops look really good. The color looks good. So this is one coil kind of in the middle of these plants. Look at all the peppers right next to these plants. I mean, they're just loaded. Like, that's hard to argue with about this electroculture. I kind of think there's something to it. I mean, look at these peppers. And that's one coil just right here in the middle of these. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 coils. There's another one right here. I kind of forget. So that plant seems to be doing well. This plant, look at all these peppers. Like, I think this stuff's working, you guys. It's crazy. I've been watching it every day, but you know, if you were to look at my June video when these first came out, I mean, look at all these peppers on these things. They're thick. Now, this is kind of getting away from some of these coils. There's a couple coils in this tray, but down here there's not any. This plant's doing really well. Got lots of jalapenos on it. I mean, they're thick. And then this one looks good. This plant down here is the furthest away from those coils. It's healthy, it's doing really well. There's a few peppers on it. I would say not as many as what we're getting out of those that have the coils. So it's kind of fun to watch. Another side-by-side comparison are, what are these plants? I think these are eggplants. Yeah. So this one has a coil. It's kind of a screwy looking one. But it looks really healthy. The color looks really good. And this one looks just about as good, but I'd say this one's maybe just a little bit better. It's hard to tell. But 2 side-by-side comparisons, one with the coil, one without. So those look good. Our strawberries are looking good. Our corn, if you remember, was doing really good. I put a coil right here on the ground near this little plant, and it's doing okay. It's just a round coil, not like a spiral. And then somewhere over here in our corn, I'm looking, I thought we had a coil. Maybe it's been moved. I don't know that we moved it. Oh, here it is. Here's our coil on our corn, and this corn's doing really well. Seems to be growing. So, are the coils helping? I would say yes. I kind of think they are, you guys, but you be the judge. Thanks for letting us share a video with you. It's kind of fun getting out here and working with this and just experimenting. You know, it's not hurting anything, and it's been fun. So thanks for watching and stay posted. We may share some more videos with you guys soon. All right, see y'all. Bye-bye.